Hi you guys, my name is Shinquise. Welcome to my channel. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to see any upcoming new videos. I've taken a little break, but you know what? I decided to get back to it. So, today I wanted to talk about, of course, the title of this video, How I Manifested My House. Right before I get into the story of how I manifested my house, as you guys can see, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have a business called Nova's House. We are geared towards offering products and services that help the mind, body, and soul and more. So, I will put down in the description box my Facebook, the business Facebook, my Instagram, the business Instagram, and also my Snapchat, so you guys can follow me and keep up with the new things that I'm working on or new products and services that I am currently offering. Now that I've said all that, let's get into the topic that's at hand. Alright, so I just want to give you guys a little backstory leading up to how I actually got into the house. Alright, so about 5 years ago, yes, 5 years ago, I moved back home with my mom. I aged out of foster care at the age of 21. I am currently now 26 years old. At 21, I was living in Montgomery, Alabama. I was in foster care in Alabama. I currently reside in Columbus, Georgia, which is right across the bridge from Phoenix City, Alabama, where I'm originally from. Anywho, I was living in Montgomery, Alabama, in an independent living program, which gave me my own apartment that paid all my bills. It was offered through the foster care system. So, of course, you know what I'm saying? I was living my best life. Like, I had a job, and excuse me if I'm smacking a lot, y'all. I had a job. I was a manager there, so I felt like I was making good money. And me not being used to having stuff, but also wanting to have a lot of stuff, I just was just splurging. Like, I was buying wigs like crazy, going out to eat like crazy, constantly getting my nails done, toes done, hair done, riding up and down the highway. At that time, I had a car, riding up and down the highway, visiting Phoenix City and Columbus, going back home. Like, I was doing that like every weekend at some point. Just blowing through my money. So when it came time for me to age out and enter into the real world, as you can see, I had no sense of responsibility or priorities because I had already been living on my own. But in this case, I didn't have to pay no bills. And I never thought, let me save money because eventually I'm going to be moving out on my own and I'm gonna have to pay my own bills, and these people not gonna be paying my bills. Like, it never ran across my mind, y'all. I was just in the moment of having a good time and going with the flow, feeling invincible damn near. So, of course, when I got out into the real world, I wanted to do things like get payment extensions. Like, I don't want to pay y'all when it came down to pay this bill, or y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking to my baby. When it came down to pay this bill, because I know she's going to try to get in here, and I'm trying to get this video done. When it come down to pay this bill, or, get my nails done, my hair done, be looking fly. Oh, baby, I chose to look good versus, not even think about my responsibilities. So, yeah, I was in some deep shit in the end because what you don't think about is just like how we're experiencing now with the coronavirus pandemic. Like, you don't think life is just gonna happen to you. You don't think, oh, I could lose my job. What would I do then? Like, you don't be thinking about that stuff in the moment. You just be thinking like, and me, at a workplace, I felt like I was hot shit. So I was just like, honey, I ain't gonna lose this job. Not even thinking about the fact that, not being worried about being fired, being worried about the fact that my ass quit real quick, like, from a job. Like, I didn't even consider that part. So, boom, y'all. Fast forward, I lose my job while I'm living in my own place. And honey, I was devastated. Like I went into a deep depression. I felt so sad. Like living there, my lights got cut off. Oh honey, it really got deep then. And so I just had to chop it up. As you know what, I can't afford it no more, so I had to go move with somebody. And basically, I was sleeping on their living room floor and their living room couch. And baby, I did that for a while. Like I did that for a while. So when I got my taxes, I had got my taxes, got me a car. When I got me a car, I had got me two jobs. When I had got me two jobs, like me and the people at the time that I was staying with, and that's a story time for another day. Me and the people I was staying with at the time, we had a disagreement about something, and I was just like, honey, I ain't about to be dealing with all that. So I had went and stayed at a friend's house, but my friend at the time had roommates. It was like that type of situation. So I'm just like, no, this ain't gonna work out either. I was like, you know what, I gotta figure out something else. So I went and stayed in a hotel room, and I stayed there for like a couple months. And honey, there was like so much money gone down the drain. I could have had a place for the amount of money I was paying to stay at a hotel, but what be the dilemma is, you may have the money for the first month rent, but it's that deposit that's gonna kill you because the deposit is double the rent. So you just thinking like, damn, I gotta come up with extra money. So I stayed in the hotel, got my taxes. Eventually, I moved into my own place with the tax money. Moved into my own place with the tax money. Fell back into my old habits of just not being responsible again. You know what I'm saying? Not being responsible, not taking care of my priorities and stuff like that. Like, and then on top of that, because I had like loans and shit, and I had did so much janky shit. You know what I'm saying? I had loans and garnishments and all kind of shit going on. I mean, shoot, stuff going on. Had all kind of stuff going on. I just was like, you know what? The money ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at these bills and I'm looking at these checks, and it ain't enough. Like, it ain't enough. And at that time, I didn't have like no side hustle or anything like that. Like, I tried like little ends, and I tried to learn how to do nails. I ain't had a patience for that. I tried to learn how to I did make like some drinks at the time, but I wasn't really good. And like that's funny that I did that in that time because I've been bartending now for the last 2 years. But I tried to make some drinks at that time. I wasn't really good, but the drinks were good, so the people, they hustled a little bit. I got a little charisma, got a little hustle bone. So, um, yeah, reality hit real hard again. Like I was back at square one again, needing to like find somebody to stay with or something because I had lost my job. I was just stressed out and I was making irrational decisions based off emotions. And that's one thing that I will say to anybody that's like experiencing something, like you're going through something at the moment and you're wanting to like get your own place and get out on your own place, but right now, you know what I'm saying, you might not can make that move at this moment. Like check yourself, check your emotions. Like do not make irrational decisions in the moment based off emotions because it can be very easy to do. Like I've done it multiple times. That's why I'm here to say like don't do it because I've done it multiple times and really like it's always brought me back to like a same occurring loop. Just doing stuff based off my emotions and not even thinking like about logical things. So I had called my mom. At this point, like I said, I was in foster care, but I had made amends with my mom, so my actual birth mom. So, I was just like, ask her, can I come and stay with her? And at the time, she stayed in Columbus and I stayed in Montgomery. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like, I was dealing with a guy there and I was in love with him. So, like, I did not want to leave, but at the same time too, like I didn't want to be in a situation where like I put him in an uncomfortable position because it was me and my kids. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but I just didn't want to be like, I'm depending on a man type situation. I just didn't want to be in that type situation, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to do that. And so I was just like, and I already had, you know, felt, on the inside, like maybe I felt like he was just not the person, like, for me to go through that type of thing with. So, push came to shove, I came home with my mom. Came home with my mom. And when I came home with my mom, basically, I was so thankful. Looking back now, I was so thankful that I had somewhere to go. Like, I could have ended back up on a stranger's couch or a friend's couch or a shelter, anything. But I had my mom's house to come home to and have somewhere to stay and have a little space for me and the kids. So I was thankful for that. I'm thankful for that looking back at it now. Baby, I was ready to go though. Like, I was thankful, but I was ready to go. I was itching. I was ready to go. So my sister ended up coming home. This was about a year later. My sister ended up coming home. Sorry, y'all. My sister ended up coming home. And basically, when my sister came home, she came home to stay at my mom's house, y'all. I don't know the exact time frame that she was at my mom's house, but I just know it wasn't long. Like, she came home with her mindset, got a job, and moved out. I had a good job at the time, but then, like, honey, I was just happy to have some money, and I had gotten comfortable at that time at my mom's house at that specific point, and all I was worried about was keeping my hair done, my nails done, getting a new outfit every week, and hitting the club. Like, I live with somebody that could watch my kids when I go out, and I ain't have to worry about this, that, and the third. Honey, I was in the streets, okay? I was in the streets. Guess what? Priorities messed up. It's okay to enjoy yourself and have a good time and stuff like that, but you gotta be focused, man. Your priorities gotta be together, and my priorities was not together. Like, I was more worried about a good time versus getting to where I needed to go, and I seen that. So my sister got her own place. So at this point, I asked to go stay with her. I lived with her for 2 years. It was just not enough space. Like, I lived there for 2 years, and like it was like a step up from being in my mom's house because I felt like I still had like more privacy, and it just felt different. But it wasn't enough space for me and my children. Like, and that part just always like was a part on the inside of me. So me and my sister, we knew like in the second year of the lease, halfway through the lease, we knew that we wasn't going to be continuing the lease for another year. And then like towards the end of the lease, I was robbed at gunpoint in the apartment complex, which that is another story time. But that alone too would have made us end the lease there anyway. But we knew that we wasn't gonna be able to continue the lease because of like financial reasons. Because at this point, like I said, I have been bartending for the last 2 years, and like with bartending and stuff like that, yes, there are times that you can make really, really good money, and then there are times where money could be slow. So it's like there is no really like balance for real, for real. I have been doing Nova's house for about 2 years, but I had other things that I had to take care of. So like I didn't want to like try to like get no place on my own, knowing that I had like loans and probation and this and that and blah 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 blah. So basically, what ended up happening was I ended up hosting a vision board party. Now, pretty much this is where it really gets to the tea of how I got to the manifestation of the house. I was having a vision board party. I had already just like started incorporating positive videos, positive things. Like, I really had started getting into like you can attract the life that you want. Like, life is all about our choices, and you have the power of choice. you can make life whatever you want to make it, whatever it is that you want to have, whatever you want to do. If you truly set your mind to doing it, like if you can set your mind to, if you're a person that smoke, if you can set your mind to you gonna smoke every single day, you can set your mind to like I can set myself every single day I'm gonna do something small towards like bettering myself or like obtaining my goal and stuff like that. And you gotta get focused. Like it's about sacrifices. So we had the vision board party, and when we had that vision board party, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was still like going out and doing stuff like that, but like I was like halfway in, halfway out. Like I was halfway in as far as like I knew that I had to get focused and determined and like really get to the get rid to really attain what I wanted to. I knew that I was gonna have to make some sacrifices, but at that time, like I wasn't 100% committed to making those sacrifices, which were doing things like constantly getting my hair done, constantly getting my nails done, constantly buying new outfits. Things that I felt like I loved doing in the moment, like the stuff that you love doing, you don't realize that it's really a hindrance. Like it really will be hindering you. You don't see it in that moment because it feel good. You're enjoying yourself. You're having the things that you like. You're going out to eat at the restaurants you like eating at. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the money, and especially if you in position where you feel like it's gonna come right back to you, you know, you're gonna do it. And like right now is a good example of like life happens. Right now we're being affected by the coronavirus pandemic, right? And just like all those times where, like I said, I was just spending my money like crazy, what really led to the point of me losing everything is like life unexpectedly happened. Like, you don't think that I'm not gonna be working at this job no more. You don't think that like I could get fired for like something like the last like true 9 to 5 job that I had. Like that was my first time ever being fired from a job. I made good money there. And when I got fired, it was so unexpected. Like, I really felt like, granted, you know what I'm saying? I was doing stuff I didn't have no business, but the stuff that what I got fired for wasn't even the stuff that I would have thought that they would have fired me for. It was something totally different, which led to how I started my business, which will be another video. But yeah, so basically, my bad, y'all. I lost my thought for just a second, but I'm gonna get it right back. Basically, I'm not sure. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna keep going. So basically, I did the vision board party. With the vision board party, y'all, I was very specific about what I wanted. Like, I was very specific. Like I said, I wanted a 3 bedroom house. I wanted it like this. This is what I wanted to have. This is how much rent I was willing to pay. Like, I even also put on the vision board, like, I want a job making this much money. Like, if I see that I can make this much income at this job, I know I can afford this house. So I need to manifest this job in this house. Like, I put on that vision board that I wanted to manifest both of those things. So I already knew in my mind, like once I obtained the job, I was gonna obtain the home because at this point I had already started making the sacrifices. Like I had already started making the sacrifices of like I enjoy going out, but then I started realizing how much money I was spending. So I didn't try to do it cold turkey, but like little by little, like okay, if I'm gonna go out, let me try to make it to the club before they start charging people to come in, or let me start doing let me go get my own drink to drink before I go out. It's gonna be cheaper for me to get my own bottle and have my own little drinks and go out to the car and drink a little bit versus me buying drinks in the bar, in the club, getting sections, buying bottles, ridiculous stuff. Like instead of like getting my nails and toes done every single time, knowing that I work on my feet, I'm a bartender. So when I do go out, I do wear heels, but for the most part, being that I bartend, I work on the weekends, so I don't really get to, that starts slowing down anyway. And um, I really didn't get to like wear shoes. So I just started getting my nails done instead of getting my feet done. Like it's just those little small steps that you gotta start taking, to be able to put money up, to be able to save money, to be able to like do the things that you want. Like I eventually just gave up going out cold turkey. Like after a while I just started telling myself, you got to get right. You got to get right. So I start going out completely. I start going out. I used to buy wigs like crazy, y'all. Locked my hair. I stopped buying wigs. I like stopped doing unnecessary eating out. Like I stopped doing a lot of stuff. Like I made a lot of sacrifices so that way that the money that I would need to move and to like continue to survive and stuff like that, like I had to make it happen. Like I became determined to make it happen, and I always check back with my vision board. Although I made that vision board in the middle of the year, I made me another vision board at the very end of the year. Like I made that vision board at the very end of the year. Like I put that house back on there again, and that job back on there again, because I was like, I'm gonna get this stuff. Like no matter what. Like the vision board that I had set for the vision board that I had did in the middle of the year, I had set the date for to accomplish those things by the end of the year, but I didn't feel confident about the timing. Like the situations or the job I was in at the time, like I wasn't comfortable making the leap about the time. Like I trusted that when it was gonna be time to be ready, it was gonna be time to be ready, and like I trusted that that time to be ready was gonna come soon. That I didn't have to like rush and like overdo it. So the vision board definitely helped me like manifesting, like making those sacrifices, like telling myself all the time like you can do this, you can have it. Being inside my house now telling you guys that story, I have a good job making good money. Like I make good money. Like before this pandemic hit, I was able to save enough money in advance to even be able to pay for my bills now during this pandemic. On top of that, like I said, I have Nova's house, so I could do a story time on how I started my business and basically a little bit more in depth on the products and services that I offer. But I have Nova House, which still has been generating its own income. I'm manifesting to really grow my business at this point, but you know, everything is about baby steps and time, and then one thing leads to the next that leads to the next. I had to get the job. I knew I had to get the job, which the job would lead to the home. The home led to me constantly putting it out to the universe. Like I had to have my own space. Like I had to have a home for me and my children. Period. Like I had to get my priorities straight. I had to make those sacrifices. Like I really just kept putting it out to the universe, like this is what I gotta have, and putting it on vision boards and writing down in notebooks. Like I have so many notebooks where I have wrote about the things that I want to manifest. I have heard of people doing scripting. That is something that can help you as well. Overall, my ultimate lesson in the manifesting stage is that, as I started out the video with, I have not had my own home in 5 years. With saying that, trust your timing. Like, trust that your blessings are going to unfold when they unfold. Sometimes what we trying to manifest to come to us, not coming to us because of the fact that we're not ready in that moment. Something that we're probably doing, or you know what I'm saying, something may be hindering us, whether it's something within yourself, whether it's an outside source, whatever it is. Like check yourself and see, what sacrifices you need to make, what things that you need to do differently. Like, how do you need to, like, you definitely got to have a new, fresh way of thinking, man. You got to believe that you can have it. Like, you got to believe that no matter what, no matter how tough your situation, your current situation is, you got to believe that ultimately you can have it. When I tell you, like, I feel like it's been a long time coming for me to get here, it's been a long time coming. And when you watch other people that come freshly into your life and they blessings manifest fast, and you just think to yourself like, how they getting it and I'm not, it's because that people set their mind to get what they truly want. And so you got to set your mind to get what you truly want. You can have the same thing as well. And that's what I decided to do. Set my mind, write it down, put it on paper, put it where I can see it on a vision board, put it out to the universe. In my heart, I truly felt that I was going to have a home. Like, even a part of my manifesting process, I'm going to say this and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this video up. Even a part of my manifesting process, y'all, I would literally go around to houses that were like for rent or for sale. At the time, I knew I couldn't afford them, but I would still go and view the house, walk around the backyard, walk around the yard. Like, I would just walk around and I would just feel like how good it's gonna feel when I get there. And that's the part of manifesting too, is like feeling, putting it out there, oh, this is what I'm gonna feel like when I get it. Like, and that's how I feel like. Even with the children, like, I would take them with me and we would go and we would see houses, and I would constantly say like, one day we're gonna have us a house. One day we're gonna have us a house. One day we're gonna have us a house. And it took a long time, but I finally have it, and I had a lot of things that I had to endure and go through in order to see not only about other people, but to see about myself. Most importantly, see what, things about myself that I had not decided to check into. So I just want to let you guys know, like, be patient. It's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have whatever it is, whatever type of home you want, you're gonna have it. You just gotta trust your process and grow with the flow. Grow with your flow. Do that and you will be okay. I promise you. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I may do another little video about an experience, but thank you guys. Like I said, my information is down in the description box. Peace.